Hello, everyone. Hope you guys are having a great day. It is May 1st, and today I'm going to be talking about severe weather. It's going to be the main topic because we do have several severe weather threats, or not really severe weather threats, but several days of severe weather. So yeah, now today we do have a slight risk for areas of Texas and Louisiana. We can see it right there, and we also have a marginal risk for central, eastern Texas into Louisiana and southwestern Mississippi. Sorry, and 5% torr risk, 15% wind, and 5% hail threat. Then tomorrow we do have two slight risks. We have one in Colorado, Kansas, sorry, and we have another one in Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. And 15% winds, 15% hail, and a 5% torr risk in the southern slight. So tomorrow is going to be an active day also. And then it looks like we're going to have an even more active day on Monday. This is our day 3 outlook for Monday. We can see we have a slight risk that goes from eastern Oklahoma all the way up into Ohio and eastern Kentucky. So, really, I think we're going to have a pretty elongated period of severe weather. Doesn't look like we're going to have any tornado outbreaks in the near future, but it does look like we're going to have a lot of severe weather. And yeah, so we'll start off by looking at models. This is the HRRR. We do have a lot of flooding in Texas. Today and yesterday we did have a lot also, sorry. And yeah, so we can see HRRR indicates a lot of rain in that region. It's not really moving a whole lot also, so that's contributing to the flooding problem. And yeah, so we're not going to talk about today because today's already happened. Or it hasn't happened. Today's already on. Today's severe weather threat's already going on. So we're not going to really look at any forecast models for today. But I do want to go ahead and look at tomorrow. So we do have two slight risk areas tomorrow. We have one right along the low and one to the south, close to the upper level low. And yeah, so let's start off by looking at the northern slight. So let's zoom into the central U.S. and go out to Sunday afternoon. 20Z on Sunday. We can see the HRRR indicates maybe a few storms in this area. Let's take a sounding. That is terrible. That's not terrible, but it's contaminated, so let me get a new one. With this sounding, we have not a lot of moisture. It's very elevated. That's overall a pretty terrible sounding. And let's take a look at dews. So we don't have a whole lot of moisture in this region. We don't really get a whole lot until later in the afternoon. And that's a terrible sounding. Once again, mainly due to contamination. But overall, the only threat in this region looks to be large hail. I only think we're really going to have a large hail threat. Damaging winds also. Tornado threat tomorrow does not look significant. The SPC doesn't even have a 2% out. I don't think we're going to even have a tornado threat in this region at all. If we do see anything, though, maybe it could be kind of decent to chase. But the shear profiles are terrible. I don't think we're going to see a tornado threat in this area tomorrow at all. But let's go down to the south central U.S. now and talk about a rather slight risk. Sorry about that again. 22Z, we have a lot of storms right around the upper level low. And this sounding would favor a little bit of a tornado threat. We have plenty of moisture. Shear profiles are not bad. And overall, that's a decent sounding. Let's take one further to the north in northern Mississippi. And shear profiles up here aren't as good. And we have a lot less instability, but maybe marginal severe threat. I think the SPC has a slight risk out for that area. Almost, yeah. And then let's take one in northern Louisiana. Alright, so shear profiles of this one aren't bad. We have enough instability. Overall, that's a decent sounding. And I would expect, let me go to the SPC here. I would expect if we get an enhanced risk, it would be for this area. Here we go. Okay, maybe this area. I don't know if we're going to get an enhanced risk with this, though. It's really questionable at this point. We could, though. It doesn't look likely. Let's take one in southern Mississippi. A little bit less of a severe threat. Shear profiles aren't as good. Less of a tornado threat for sure, but still severe weather threat will exist down there. And I do want to take one in Alabama also. not really a severe threat there. Maybe just a marginal risk or maybe nothing. That looks kind of bad. I would expect maybe the chance of an enhanced risk tomorrow. And yeah, so let's go ahead and go out to Monday. We're gonna switch models to the NAM 3. And sorry, this is gonna be a short video. I don't have a lot of time today. I'm trying to think of a new upload schedule because the daily uploads, I don't have much time during the day, especially during weekdays because of school. So I'm trying to think of a new upload schedule, but I'll probably still upload 5 days a week. But yeah, so let's go ahead and go out to Monday now on the NAM 3. This is 18Z Monday on the NAM 3. See, this is the southeast, so the region we want to be watching on day 3, according to the SBC, is this area. So let's go ahead and zoom up there. So let's go to the Ohio Valley. It's kind of where this event is going to be centered on. And 21Z, this is around mid-afternoon. We have some storms in Iowa, maybe moving into Illinois, indicated by the NAM 3. That would likely be a marginal to a slight risk, likely for damaging winds and some hail. Not a bad sounding, though. Let's take one in Missouri. A little bit of a capped environment, but overall, that's actually definitely a very large hail threat with that. Not as much in the way of a tornado threat, though. And that's what I'm thinking. I don't think we're gonna see much of a significant tornado threat at all. I'm thinking it's mainly gonna be damaging wind and hail. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see a tornado or two Monday or tomorrow, Sunday. I wouldn't be surprised. And yes, let's go ahead and go to, I want to go back to news here and take some soundings along the front. So looks like we have a dry line in Texas. Maybe we could have a triple point set up. Let me see where we would have that set up. Right here, maybe. Alright, yeah, I'd say Monday we have a significant hail threat. Monday, I'm thinking an enhanced risk will be possible. And I'm thinking it'll likely be possible for hail. That's going to be, if we get an enhanced risk Monday, I think it's going to be for hail. Or maybe damaging winds also. I think we could get an enhanced risk for this region on Monday. I definitely see that possible. We take a sounding in northwestern Arkansas. We have plenty of instability. The only problem is we have a little bit of capping. Shear profiles aren't great, 2% torr risk, but lapse rates are extreme, and so is instability. Only problem is we have a lot of capping, and there's a few other factors playing into this also, but we're looking at really I don't really know the right word for this, but or the more I don't know the right word to use, but overall that's not a bad sounding. That would really support large hail. I'd say we could have an enhanced risk out for maybe, I'm just gonna say eastern Oklahoma, areas of Arkansas, areas of Missouri. I think we could get an enhanced risk for hail, damaging winds. We're not gonna get an enhanced for tornadoes most likely. Let's take a sounding in Texas also along this cold front. Even a severe weather risk in Texas, large hail looks to be the main threat. But we've had several days, or not really several days, but we had some significant hail. I'm pretty sure it was the 28th, a few days ago. And San Antonio got hit with hail. Fort Worth got hit with hail, the north side of Fort Worth, and Norman. And yeah, so it looks like we're going to have more large hail on Monday. And yeah, so now let's go ahead and go out to the GFS here, and we're going to talk about what's going to happen later this week. And we're also going to check on our potential nor'easter next weekend. So Tuesday, not a complete great setup for severe weather. Maybe some kind of, I think we're going to see an event in the south, mainly from eastern Texas over in the South Carolina, North Carolina. And I'm not going to look into that too much today until we get more short. I'm not going to look into that too much until we get more short range models. On Wednesday the 21st, we have a surface low kind of right here. Not a much drier air in this region. We can take a look at dews. Yeah, much drier. We had a cold front come through, bringing dews in the 50s back down. We do have maybe some severe weather potential in this region here. That's actually kind of interesting. So I'd say Wednesday there's going to be a few regions to watch. This region, and maybe areas of the deep south. Florida. It's gonna severe weather in the deep south is likely going to be limited to the Gulf Coast in Florida on Wednesday. Now, Thursday, you can see we get a little bit of moisture return into some areas of the Ohio Valley and the deep south areas like Atlanta. Still not a great setup though for severe weather. Not really no significant fronts or anything. Take a sounding in southeastern Georgia. Maybe you have a little bit of a front there. Maybe a marginal risk on Thursday. I'd say Thursday we're gonna have really not a whole lot of areas to watch. Maybe this region here. Only problem is we don't have any fronts. Don't have any source of lift, and moisture is very limited in that region also. But overall, we could see severe weather, but that doesn't look bad. So I'd say the areas to watch Thursday. This area, or not really that area, maybe probably this area, has a high certainty for maybe some kind of active, I'm not going to say severe weather, maybe thunderstorms. And this area over here, I'd expect to also have a chance of thunderstorms on Thursday afternoon. So, yeah, now then Friday, we can see we have moisture return coming up the plains, or the high plains, and into even southern Canada. Take a sounding in Kansas. You're not going to get severe weather out of that. Take a sounding in Texas. Maybe some severe weather this day on Friday. This is Friday, yeah. Maybe a severe weather threat in Texas. As far north as maybe into, that's not going to support severe weather. But we do have this nor'easter, or potential nor'easter. GFS has been pretty consistent with it. We have a cold front that swings across the southeast like that. Much drier behind this, seeping into the mid-Atlantic states in the southeast. That's going to bring a little bit of a short-term block for severe weather, probably starting Friday next week. Friday, May 7th, we're going to probably not see much severe weather for the east, with the exception of central and south Florida. Take a sounding in South Florida. Might be, yeah, that would support some severe weather. But only problem is we don't have a great source of lift, but maybe something. Doesn't seem to be too organized though. And then I'd say Friday, the main region to watch is going to be Central and South Texas potentially. And then yeah, now last day we're gonna look at is Saturday. And Saturday the GFS indicates some big time moisture return. We have dudes in the 70s now in northern Oklahoma. It's gonna be the Euro though, because we need to compare different models. The Euro kind of also has a similar case, just a little bit further to the west. I am going to trust the GFS on this one, though. I'm not going to trust the GFS. It's not really what I meant. We're going to look at the GFS. The Euro has a similar solution. It's just much less dew points. It's not really similar, but much less dews, or much less moisture, and further to the west. But the GFS has a lot of moisture. Dews in the 70s in Oklahoma now. And these soundings would support a tornado risk for sure. Maybe even a triple point setup, potentially. That doesn't, and definitely maybe some kind of severe weather event next Saturday. I think, yeah, large hail seems to be the main threat. Pretty much all modes, because this is very far out, so I'm just going to say all modes is severe weather. Let's see what the Canadian has. The Canadian is very similar to the Euro, actually. Let's take a few soundings off the Canadian. And, overall, some of these would support some kind of severe weather risk across central and south Texas, but kind of the conclusion here is that I think that maybe next Saturday we have the chance of seeing some severe weather, mainly across this area. This is a week out though. It's likely we will likely see or have something, or what happens will likely be different than this. But it seems like we could have a plains event maybe next Saturday, for areas of Texas, Oklahoma, maybe as far north as Kansas. It kind of depends if we get enough moisture and instability up there. But I do think we're going to see a severe weather event. Now, the GFS might even have a potential tornado event next Saturday, because we have decent shear profiles. Actually, Hodos look decent. Now, Canadian doesn't have that, and neither does the Euro, but the GFS does. So that's something to watch, and we'll look at that again in tomorrow's video. But yeah, that's this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will be back tomorrow, but yes, goodbye.